Alright, quick fix for Chitose's hair and other characters that have special MTs or diffuses. Because as you can see, there's a dark spot where Chitose's regular hair would be, but obviously Chitose in this dress outfit does not have that hair. So I'm going to show you guys a quick fix on how to do that. So you want to go into the shading tab, and then you want to duplicate the face diffuse, and then you want to find the diffuse that you want to change it to. So I'm going to change it to Chitose underscore face underscore diffuse underscore 1. Now what you want to do is you want to create a mixed color. Then put Chitose's regular face in the A and her first diffuse in the B. Now the factor, when you put it to 0, is the regular face. 1, it's the face that you want. This is very helpful for many characters that have different hairstyles. So I just want you all to keep that in mind. It's really easy to do, as I've shown. Now, you can also do the same thing with MTs. Just find the matching MT for the diffuse, and you're golden, basically. Same process, add a mixed color, all that jazz. You get it by now. That was the Yakuza Blender Render quick tip number 1. Quick fix for old engine eyes. Usually, you would delete this no text mesh, this no text material, but it doesn't make the eyes look as good as they could. I mean, it's not like old engine eyes are the greatest looking, but that's not the point. Yeah, so that's not what we're supposed to do. So undo, and you want to go into the shading tab. Then you want to put the cube map texture in the diffuse and plug in its alpha also. Then you want to change the blend mode to alpha blend. Then you want to go into the UV editing tab. Then you select it all. And I'd also advise you to separate the mesh, pressing select, then P, and now it's a separate mesh. So yeah, back to UV editing. You can do this easier now, and I'd advise you to do that because UVs are kind of weird if you just do that. Now select it all. Now you'll see the cube map texture. So what you want to do is you want to select the whole thing in the UV editor, and you want to find the node that I pick. Then you want to just extend it, basically so it fits the whole thing. And you also want to make it so that it fits one cube map. So let's say I want to put it here. Now we see what it looks like here. Now the cube map is working. Now you want to basically add a brightness and contrast node. You want to plug that into diffuse alpha, if I remember correctly. Now you can lower the opacity if you want, but please lower the opacity. It's just better overall. Yeah. Brightness and contrast, it controls how, like, the intensity of the cube map. But now, when you look closely at the eyes, it'll be better than what you had before, essentially. And you can change the cube map too. You can change it to whichever one you want. Yeah, as you can see. I'll put it here for now. And yeah, now you know how to actually use that no text material in old engine models. And I'd advise you to do this as it's more accurate to the game. Quick Yakuza tip number 3. Let me show you how to import face target GMTs from the char.pars. So you want to select the armature because that's how you do with every GMT. File, import Yakuza animation GMT. Then you want to find the chara. And so I'll go with Yakuza 8. Then you want to find the face target folder in your char.par. If it doesn't have it, it's probably an old engine game. Just go in, pick whatever language you want. I'm going to go with English. And basically find the character that you need. But first, make sure the merge vector is turned off, because without it, it will not work. So basically, just look for the character you want. Obviously, I'm looking for Ichiban, but for some reason, there we go. And now, what you want to do is you want to go to the timeline. You want to change that to a dope sheet. Then, you want to go to the action editor. And then, once you're done, then you'll have all these expressions. I'll turn off the armature. Yeah, you have a ton of these expressions. Yeah, as you can see. And there we have it. Now you know how to use this resource. I wouldn't say that you should use this as a replacement for... You should not use this as a replacement for actual face posing. But for references, like for building off of it in renders, I think you could do that. Anyways... Well, that's Yakuza Blender Render quick tip number 3. Yakuza Blender Render quick tip number 4. You see how Tomizawa's shirt is like really weird looking? Like, that's not how Tomizawa looks. I'll put him up on screen right now. But yeah, as you can see, its RD is too small. So what you want to do is you want to go to the shading tab. You can do this in the material editor anyway. Yeah, forget that I have only 5 of them. What you want to do is you want to change that slider, RD, RM, RS, to 1. In all cases, make sure that that is set to 1 if it's a Dragon Engine game. If it's not, then your RD is fucked. This happens with characters like Akame, Sunhee, as I'll show you. Just give me a second. Alright, I got Sunhee ready. Now, what you want to do is you want to find her shirt model, her shirt material. Fuck. Yeah, right here. Then you want to go to UV scaler. Leave the imperfections the same. Don't change the imperfections. But what you want to do is you want to change the RD, RM, and RS, Y, and X to 1. Always. This is RGG Blender Render Quick Fix number 4. Please keep this in mind for your renders.